There are a lot of alarming reports that people have been shackled, beaten, and starved, forced into submission to keep fishing for squid. Even if you're not trying to quit or go home, if you make a mistake or you're too slow at catching squid, you'll likely get beat. Some fishermen get injured on the job. Weaker men, they start going crazy just from not seeing the land for 2 years. Some fishermen die from low vitamin levels. Apparently, they get swollen like melons before they pass. Their eye whites turn yellow. They're exhausted, overworked, barely seeing the sun. They're not eating well. Why? Because by month 4, most vegetables and fruit have run out on the ship. Not that the workers were wined and dined to begin with. And if you're not injured and dying, you're watching everyone around you injured and dying in these brutal conditions. And the only stress reliever that you can somewhat afford on this boat, because you're basically cut off from the rest of the world, you can't contact your family or the outside world. Whatever you brought on that ship with you is all you have. You brought 3 books, you better reread those 3 books. A lot of crew members will just chain smoke as a stress reliever. But there's no gas stations out at sea. If you run out of cigarettes that you brought in the past 2 years, you have no more cigarettes. Unless you purchase them from the ship, from the company. They have like a little convenience store. The company will sell the workers cigarettes at maybe 20 times the price that they would be on land. A lot of workers, if they're not careful, they can smoke away all the money that they earn in 2 years. The idea that that's even possible, is kind of insane. Or maybe you just need to relax. If you miss 1 day of work, you will get beaten and they get 2 days of pay taken off. And just something to note, I went down the rabbit hole. The squid fishing industry is terrifying and China does dominate in that industry. There are a lot of questionable Chinese companies that have been called out for very illegal, very ethically immoral things that they have done to catch squid and the abuse that they put their workers through.